We can't hear anything, babe.
No?
No,
Okay,
you got to
hang
share the
on.
sound.
Let's restart it then. Hang on.
Might want to look at your baby and then show your baby to their friends too. The other place that's a good place to go is the gym because who knows? Someone might want to play with your baby while you're working out, or maybe to the movies or to a friend's house so that everyone is entertained. Now, ladies, it's okay to leave your baby in random places. You won't get thrown in prison for that. The other thing is you want to make sure you take your baby to the barbecue. People at barbecues love looking at babies, holding babies and smelling babies. Also, grandma and grandpa might want to see babies virtually. So go ahead and show off your baby on Zoom. Don't forget to feed your baby because babies get hungry. And so bring them to the restaurant with you or to lunch with your best girlfriend. I never leave home without my baby. It is always in the car with me when I go to appointments. Now, ladies, it's okay to let your husband watch the baby and show the baby to his friends too. And last but not least, the most important place you should always bring your baby is to every selling appointment and kitchen table nationwide.
I'm a little nervous because I have no clue what's about to
Okay,
happen, but
stop and stop. Okay. I just thought that was cute.
My baby.
Yes, I got mine too.
So you know what? So you know what I love about that video, Melanie, is it reminds me to take it because tucked in the side of it are all my wish lists. So I have all these wish lists. So if you're at a reorder and you take it because you don't want to leave it in your car because someone will break in your car, you literally grab it and walk into your reorder with it. Like I literally just made my basket. It's already out on the kitchen table because I've got two customers I'm delivering product to tomorrow. And so it's like put everything in there that's either harvest or holiday. So I think that's great. So did anybody get a new idea from watching that? We got
I
to
But
make
love
a
that.
never leave your baby in
Okay.
the car. Never ever leave it in the car.
Never. It's on you. It's Velcroed on you from now until the day after Christmas.
exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Thank you for sharing that, Melanie.
And
Okay,
I
Lori,
like
are
the
you going to
idea of
jump in and
having your
recognize?
flyers with her. Yes. Yeah, we'll come back to that. But go, Lori.
Wait, did you want recognition?
Lori, go ahead and do recognition. Then I'd love for you to talk about some ideas to put in their holiday baby basket.
Okay, because I'm ready for that. All right. So we would love to recognize all your hard work from this last week. And so, what do we like to know? We like to know what your retail sales are. We like to know how many new faces you did. We like to know how many bookings you have. And we like to know, let's see, new faces, sales. Um, what did I leave out?
Sharing
New team
appointments.
members.
Team members. Oh my goodness, sharing, 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 sharing. Yes, of course, sharing. Yes, very good.
Connie
And
has two faces, two new faces, $350. Congratulations.
Carrie is still adding hers.
She's
I
concentrating really hard.
and I do have some, and I was working so hard on my baby that I didn't get my mine tabulated. But Lisa did has a new team member. Yay! Congratulations, one new face, $300 day. Awesome. It was that a skincare class? Yay, Lisa. Was that a class or was that
No, they just they were at a
you?
party previously and they were at a party previously and then they came back to order.
Nice. Very good. Follow up. Carrie's got 6 bookings. Yay. 450 retail. Yay. Fabulous, fabulous. Wonderful. Yay. Okay. Um,
Lisa, how many bookings do you have? You must have a whole bunch.
Right now, I think I have 9.
wow.
Carrie,
Awesome.
Lisa, I, and Pa all did an event this weekend. And Lisa or Carrie, Carrie and Pa literally ran out of samples. And then when Lisa and I were there, we took a ton more. By the end, we were peeling samples off the spin the wheel. Like we were literally giving anything we could give away. And we finally took the wheel down at 4:30. We're like, I said, Lisa, take it down before anybody else walks up here. So that was super fun.
I took it down at like 3
Wow.
because I just had him guess what was in the boot and then gave him sample because it was insanity.
And Carrie, and how many have you already booked?
I booked,
6.
well, I have like 6 for the 15th. And then I have 2 bookings where I'm going to their house. So actually 8. That's all I
Okay.
did today was make phone calls. Yeah,
Yep.
it was insanity.
Congratulations. And Lisa, you said
Um,
you have 9 bookings?
Right. I have to look at the schedule, but we're gonna have to all put our bookings onto a group chat or something, just so that we don't the room is so big, we're not going to overflow that room, but we can have an idea of the group total head count. But I have 4 that is at home at their private home, and then I have of course 2 on the 9th, um, 4 on the 15th, and then Pa and I added another day, the 13th, and so I have 2 on that day.
Nice. I actually have 2 that are doing it virtual because I gave them the option. And so one gal says, well, I just moved here, my whole family. I said, well, where's your family? She goes, East Coast. I said, I can mail them packets. She just, could you do that? Really? I said, yeah, you can invite up to 4 people. So she's got a sister, an aunt, and a cousin. They're all like New Jersey, North Carolina. So I've
yeah.
got 2 virtuals and then one at 3:30 in the afternoon and all the rest at nighttime. So yeah, like, but I'm like you guys. I got like not a lot done today, but I booked 11 parties. So it's all relative.
I know, shame on me. I haven't even went through all my leads yet.
Oh, you haven't even gone through all of them yet?
No, I haven't went through all of them.
That's the crazy. And that's why next year we probably ought to do like shorter shifts or something because we all got so many leads. And the booths around us were like, how are you guys getting all these people's names and numbers? And you had this line. We had a line the whole day. We had a line. And so it's like that's why I love that event. So, but again, they made me take out a $2 million insurance policy, which is kind of weird because normally booth events, I've never had them have to do that. So obviously they must have whatever. They must have had an incident once. But anyway, I'm super proud both of Carrie, Paul, Lisa for doing that event and getting all the leads. And it's just don't ever hesitate to keep calling them and work those leads in a week from now and 2 days from now and all of that. So congratulations to all of you. And if any of you guys know people in Sacramento, you're welcome to come to the commercial space up there and watch us or bring a model or whatever. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Flyer for that they can find.
Yes, so there is a flyer for that. In fact, it's on boards and I can pull it up right now. Just go ahead. Lori, why don't you go ahead and segue to the holiday baby basket while I pull that up?
All right. So, I was given the assignment of, what one might put in a holiday baby basket. And I made a point to try to keep the gifts in increments, like $20 increments, $40 increments, and $80 increments. So let's start with the $20 increments, which you can always add to, but a $20 increment could be, and I'm telling you, this is so easy if you have little, bags that you can kind of even see through. Okay, any mascaras, any lip glosses, and I'm saying this because they're paying for the bag and they're paying for their tax, and it's just easy, $20 out the door, right? I guess, oh, excuse me, I have a $15 item, which is simply just a hand cream in a tissue with a bow and a pick. Now,
Looks
Diane,
so cute.
well,
Very cute.
Diane, we know that you love to put yours in towels, and you can certainly do this with a towel. But this is one of your, so what are you taking the host, or who's cooking? Are you cooking for Thanksgiving? And most people say no. And then when you ask them, so what are you taking the hostess? Then you can say, because I have, anyway. So this could be a $15 item if you wanted to really dress it up or add something to it. You could make it into a $20 item. Carrie, you have something to say? No? Oh, your little light was popping up. Okay, so what's another $20 item? And well, I already talked about masks. See, if you put them in different colors, then you know, but you can also make a 20 into a 40 just by adding, you know, you can add the lip balm to that. Okay, so what's $40? Guess what? You can do the either of these. They're really cute, I think. And of course, along with this comes what? It's your gift certificate. And what comes with the gift certificate is, you know, I had a card here that I had. Anyway, I just put on the back of my card because they want to know who it's, you know, where they can get more. And also you can put your sticker on it. But on the back of the card, you can put worth $25 toward a skincare set at your customized appointment, skincare appointment. And then, you know, because it's on the back of your card, they know where to find you. And it was recommended that you do put an expiration date because you don't want to be waiting forever for that. So what else is $40? I'll tell you what else. Satin hands. Here's your satin hands. And, you know, you can just, it could be as simple as adding a bow, right? And when you have the satin hands in there, it works very well as a backdrop for everything else. And then what is more than that? Well, you don't really even have to wrap this because it's in such pretty wrapping. And so this is your $80 item. It's a layering fragrance. So, and we always say, you know, if the person doesn't prefer this particular fragrance, no problem. We have 100% satisfaction guarantee. But since again, if you have it just in its package, they can actually smell it right then and there. And okay, I mean, we would, you know, display it, promote it like this. But if they wanted, they could just choose this for $30. The oil, the fragranced oil, it's the scent is not overwhelming. It's mild. So, you know, you could break it up like that, but I would always present it like this. And it makes such a pretty, you know, for a harvest basket. I could turn my thing off, but I think you get the idea.
It's beautiful, Lori.
So you see, it can be very simple, and yet you have the eye appeal, right? So it's going to,
Now,
it's
Lori, do you carry a bag in there? I'm just like thinking of details. Do you carry a bag in there with change in case they pay you in cash? Do you have business cards? Do you have samples?
I have
And
business cards in there. Usually the other stuff I have in my purse.
okay.
Because I always will have my purse. Once upon a time, I did use this as my purse, but I just found it easier. And now I have a backpack purse, so it's just easier for me. But you can do whatever you want.
Do you have testers in there so they can try like the scented satin hands hand cream or something like that?
What was your question, Melanie? Does she have samples?
Does she have testers? I know that was one of the things Emily said on her little video that I played at the beginning. You want to, it's show and tell, feel and smell.
Right.
So,
well, the way this is the way I have it is it's the satin hands is in an open thing.
mm-hmm.
So, you know, if people want to take as is, that's great. I probably will have backups in the car. And if they want to order bulk, then we would do just like Diane talked about, and take their order. You can take half plus tax down, and the rest on delivery, and when you figure out when the delivery is. So the way I do it, just to make it simple, is the items themselves are pretty sampleable.
Okay.
This one, this is the same hand cream. What's in here is the same hand cream as what's in
In
here.
there. Okay.
And then, these are very easy to pull out and show. I mean, this is definitely show and tell, smell or whatever. And these, are very simple to just open. But I just love how the company has done such a great job with the packaging. And
So
then
Lori, I'm sorry, what is the cheapest price point of your basket? So it starts at 15,
this is 15,
which is the hand cream.
which is the hand cream.
But you could also do mint bliss or something, right?
You could. And
Yeah.
I noticed that Emily had her bliss in there. I didn't do one for that, but you can. You can
Okay.
you can certainly do a mint bliss for that price point. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Melanie, any comments or additions or any other input on the holiday baby basket?
No, I mean, I was taking notes on the price points and things like that because, yeah, you really have to. I mean, I threw some things in that look pretty, but I did not put nearly as much thought as Lori had into her basket. So I think that's
Again,
important.
price points were, other than the hand cream, which is 15, it were 20 for mascaras or lip gloss. I mean, those are, those are pretty general, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then honestly, really, the basket really is a jumping off point. Don't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's really, yeah, it's a conversation starter is the
it's
main point of
really,
it.
it's like you have this and people might be curious, but that's not all you have, because guess what? They can pick out anything in here.
Yeah.
Or they could follow you out to the trunk of your car we get farther into the fall and holiday season. You can say, "Oh my gosh, well, follow me out to my car." It's like if you're going in to drop off a reorder at a client's or at a dentist office. Like I love making deliveries to offices. I'm like, "Come, follow me." Couple things I will say.
You're going to book that person too. So
right. So a couple things, Laura, I want to add to that if it's okay. So what I found is like when we do our holiday virtual boutique, which I will announce in a minute, we have the flyers all done. The first thing my customers ask is, well, I don't really know what to get. Like what's popular for teenagers? What's popular for men? Like they don't know what they don't know. They know what they like, but that doesn't mean that's what's popular, right? So in my basket, I'll say, so tell me who comes to mind that you need. And they say, is it a coworker? Is it a 16-year-old granddaughter? Is it your best friend who's 30? Like what? And they say, oh, well, I'm looking for something for my sister. She just turned 40. And they say, okay, so what's your price point? And so I'll kind of walk them through some of the things I put in there though. Like, so last year, one of my biggest gifts was Footsie Rolls. Like I literally hired a girl. I think that's all we did for like 3 hours is wrap Footsie Rolls. Like we did sock, whatever. And not everybody wants to spend the time to make a Footsie Roll. That's one of the things that Emily Schute's like, okay, so if it takes you 10 minutes to make one and a company orders 25, you're going to spend 250 minutes making those. So I started trying to get creative. So I found these boxes on Amazon. They're a little more whimsical than I would normally do. They come in all kinds of different colors, snowflake patterns, and everything. And they are a 6x6 box. And guess what's in here? Mint Bliss and socks. So I'm going to do Mint Bliss and socks wrapped 2 ways this year because so many of my friends got them last year as a Footsie Roll. I know that idea doesn't sell quite as fast to the same people over again. We've learned that when the company keeps the packaging the same, even if the product inside is the same, they don't want this package the same. Right. So this is a box of 20 different cardboard boxes. And the reason I got this size is literally the Mint Bliss box is 6 inches long. So if you undo this, what's in here is, so you literally just unfold this, and what's in here is pink tissue, socks, and Mint Bliss, and a gift certificate. So it's like all of this wrapped up in tissue with a gift certificate in there.
And your reorder sticker is on every bottle of Mint Bliss, right?
My what?
Your reorder sticker is on all of them.
Yes. So when my assistant,
that's what I was doing the other day was reorder.
I have a young girl that came here from high school, and I said, Here are 20 satin hand sets. Pull out the hand cream and pull out the hand soap. Put my label on them. And every Mint Bliss she opened, put a label, and she put a gift certificate inside every Mint Bliss. Every single Mint Bliss has my gift certificate in it. And that takes time. You just run them off, get some teenager to come over and stuff them all in. But when people say to you, what's the number one gift for men? Say, oh my gosh, for the men, it's the cleanser and the moisturizer for the men. Unless he shaves, and then you can do the shave cream and tie a razor to it, or give him a charcoal mask. You know, the number one gift for teens, I would say, is the facial scrub. It's $20. Every girl loves what it does to their face, or charcoal mask. Number one pillow gift. So it just depends on what you guys are excited about. Because what I will tell you, if you love the new perfume as an example, you'll sell tons of it. If you kind of go, it's okay, you're not going to sell very much. So whatever your favorite gift is. So what I'd love for you guys to do right now is type in the chat, what are two things that you offer during the holidays? Is it the Mint Bliss with socks? Is it the satin hands? What are your two highest volumes gifts that you sell during the holidays? Type in the chat. I want to see what are, and I know Pa and Lisa haven't been in Mary Kay for holiday season, but what do you guys anticipate? What are the two items that you get the most excited about? Melanie and Lori, type it in the chat if you want to. I'd love to know what you guys think. What are your two? Last year for me, definitely it was the Mint Bliss. And at the time I had a lot of these. I don't now, I only have like two left, but we had a lot of these masking minis. And somebody taught me how to wrap a washcloth so it looked like a turban, sort of like a fun little elf hat. And every one of those that I had wrapped like that sold because it was a washcloth with this for $20. Everybody bought these masks. I wish I had 100 more of these. And the Mint Bliss, you kind of can't go wrong with that. But those will make a perfect girlfriend gift. So Mint Bliss, that's what Connie said. I totally agree. Confidently You dry oil. Okay, so Melanie, tell me how do you get them excited about dry oil?
Just it has such a light feel. And it, you know, the scent is also very light. And yeah, I sold a lot of, and actually it was the previous year of dry oil, but I sold a lot of that last year. Got them off.
And every year it sells out early. And I'm going to tell you guys, I already heard a rumor. One of the top directors called the Reno branch and said that the socks, I think, are at 70% sold out already. So, and remember how last year, how early they sold out? I kept thinking, oh, they must be getting more in. No, they were gone. Do y'all remember that last year, how early the socks sold out? So just be careful on that. Anybody else? So Lori is saying satin lips, Confidently You dry oil, satin hands, hand creams. Hand creams. Now, some of you might even have, I just came across a little box that had these. I have about 7 or 8 of these. Remember these little $10 hand creams? These last year, one of my clients bought for all her friends and she said, Diane, do you have any more of those baby hand creams? I said, I might have a few. She goes, I'll take all that you have. Because all I did was put them in a little organza drawstring bag with some shred. I didn't even wrap them. I just put a bunch of shred in the organza bags were dark burgundy, like Christmassy looking. And I just literally put the hand cream in, just like the organza bag Lori's holding up.
Yeah,
but
these are so good because it doesn't take a lot of time. Just throw it in.
Yep. All right. So Carrie says Mint Bliss eye makeup remover. That's another really good one, Carrie. I don't know if I still have it here, but last year I took the time to bling these out. I know, Carrie, a lot of you probably bling them out. It is a little bit time consuming, but now with that wider thing, I can't tell you how many people are like, what is that? I said, it's eye makeup remover. I'll take 2 of those. Like, because it's blinged out. And if they like bling, it's popular. And you could bling out both this or the micellar water, either one. But that especially because of the black lid. Okay, so Carrie says Mint Bliss. Now, Carrie, are you going to wrap all yours as Footsie Rolls, or are you doing some as Footsie Rolls, some as Snowman, or?
I do some as snowmen, some as Footsie Rolls, and then I usually bling out all the eye makeup removers.
Okay.
If they buy more than one, if they're just for them, I only give them one with the bling on and tell them to keep the lid.
Okay.
Switchy.
So there is a video on Emily Schuette's website where the gal literally, because Emily's all about like, it should better take you only 60 seconds to wrap. And the girl puts the socks with the toes together and then takes curling ribbon, because curling ribbon, you can pull really hard. I don't care if it's Dollar Tree curling ribbon, you can pull it really hard. So she puts that in and then she takes this bow looking thing. We can show you the video at the end. sits it on top of the box of the mint bliss, and then puts a really pretty fat wired ribbon. She said you cut every wired ribbon 35 inches long and you wrap it around and you do this really pretty loop bow. And that's exactly how she sells them. It almost looks like a box of cookies or something because it's the box on the bottom laying on its side. And then on top are the socks with the toes folded in and the heels folded in. And then it literally looks like a bow tie. It's super cute. Mint Bliss Eye Maker Mirror Micellar Water. Micellar Water is another good one. And so when people say to me, I'm looking for the number one most popular teen gift, and I'd say it's micellar water. And if you guys get any of those fabric rounds, you can split them up. If you got those fabric rounds were like 5 per package, split them up and give them 1 or 2. And always, even with the micellar water, tuck in there a $10 or $15 gift certificate. Also on Emily Schuette's link, there is editable gift certificates that you can put your own contact info
When
in.
I first read that, I thought I read edible. I thought, wow, she's got edible gift certificates. Wow, I got to find out about this.
Oh, you're
So
funny.
Julie made a comment that because a lot of times when you're in the medical industry, you can't wear anything fragranced, but the dry oil is so lightly fragranced that they could probably pull that off. I've actually had people say that they use it literally while they're in the shower before they dry off. They barely dry off, and then they pour a whole bunch of the palm of their hand and they rub it all over their whole body. It just feels and smells amazing. So anyway, so great feedback, you guys. Anybody else? Janine, I'd love to know. I know you had a basket. I wish I could show you guys Janine's basket. It was, I don't know, Janine, if you can turn on your camera and hold it up, but it was a Halloween basket that was stuffed to the edges with the cutest Halloween. I don't know if you blinged out eye makeup removers with purple or orange or whatever you did, but Janine, are you able to unmute real quick?
Or maybe she could share it.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know if
sorry, I'm
she's,
driving,
I figured.
Oh,
Okay.
whoops.
Bummer.
but I
Be
should be home in
careful.
like 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah, just if you get a chance, show us come on camera and show it to us. We'd love to see it. So you guys,
Okay.
here's the fun thing is that when you carry that basket around, so customers that know you, like I'm making 2 deliveries tomorrow. One knows that I do holiday because she's been a customer of mine for 20 years and she goes, "What do you have for my grandson? What do you have for my 3 granddaughters?" Like she literally last year, I can't tell you how many checks she wrote me. She's like, "I don't really want to go out and shop. What else do you have?" So I did all her shopping for her. But the other client I'm delivering to tomorrow has never been with me for a holiday. So I'm taking my holiday baby. And when we talk about that, you guys, we're not literally taking a baby. For those of you who are watching this recording, this is not about literally putting a baby in a basket. This is meaning the reference is you would never leave a baby unattended, nor should you ever leave your holiday basket unattended. You carry it around as if it was a baby. That's the whole point of that's what they call it, a holiday baby. It's a holiday basket. So in there though is I have my black mesh bag that my tray mirror normally goes in, and that's where I have samples, business cards, a pen, and I have $21 bill or a couple fives or whatever, just in case someone pays me cash. Very rarely does that happen. But and you can just it's fun to ask them for ideas. And I always have wish lists. And there's a really good wish list on again Emily Schuette's website where she'll show let me get out of here and I can show this to you guys, where she'll show you where the gift certificates are. It's right. I'll just show this to you really quick. It's called a holiday wish list. And I don't call it a Christmas wish list because, like I said before, not everybody does Christmas, but this says holiday wish list, my favorite things, and my Santas, because they might have more than one Santa, which is why I really love this. So you could print this out 2 on a page, color or black and white, and run these off. And I would put about 20 of these inside your baby basket, but I would take these to every skincare class. I'm going to bring these up when I come to
Remind me, does she have the list to jog people's memory about who they need to buy for?
Yeah, so there's right up here, there is a list of people.
There you go.
So kids, friends, moms. This is a really big thing. So one of the things I was talking to one of my clients yesterday, she says, "Oh, I don't think I'm going to get any Mint Bliss from you this year. I don't think I'll need them." Most of my girlfriends, we've decided we're not buying gifts. And I said, "So do you ever get cookies?" She goes, "Oh my God." She goes, "I wish we didn't, but we get cookies from 3 or 4 neighbors." I said, "Do you bake?" She goes, "No, not really." And I said, "So when the neighbor shows up with a platter of cookies, what are you going to give her?" And she paused and she goes, "Okay, I'll take 3 Mint Bliss." And I said, "You don't have to get anything from me." I said, "I'm just asking if you don't do Mint Bliss this year, what are you going to give them when they show up with this huge platter of cookies?" But kids, friends, moms is great, teachers are great, neighbors, teachers, coworkers, employees, babysitters, people who helped during COVID or helped you at all. You know, your water heater went out. Did you have a neighbor come and help you? Your mail carrier, I think they're so underappreciated. Bus
They are.
drivers, your hair person. This is great. Whoever's hosting Thanksgiving. And that's what's so fun. I said, oh my gosh. And I make it a conversation, not like I'm trying to sell them. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you cooking for Thanksgiving? And they go, oh, I'm not cooking. And I said, well, who's cooking? Oh, my daughter-in-law. I said, great. What are you taking her as a gift? And they go, like deer in headlights. In-law, spouse, kids, cousins, grandparents, blah, blah. Daycare people, kids coaches, your therapist, and many more. But I love this PDF document. There's your weekly plan sheet. We talked about that last week. But here's the wish list and how to use it. You know, hi Jim, I'm so glad I got you on the phone. This is after you get the wish list. I wanted to ask you a quick question about Sally. She's not standing right there, is she, or can you talk? Well, this is so and so, your wife's Mary Kay beauty consultant. I just happen to know a few things that she would love to get, you could say for Christmas or whatever holiday they celebrate. And I wondered if you wanted a few ideas, or do you already have her gifts taken care of? Now, what I would change with that is I would say, I'm your wife's Mary Kay consultant, and I just happen to know a few things that she would love to get for Christmas because she filled out a holiday wish list. Because when they say, well, can you send it to me? When they see it's in their wife's handwriting, they're like, oh, this is totally legit because they don't know you. And then I'd say, so I have a list of everything that she would love to have. Would you like a few ideas? I don't say, do you already have her gifts taken care of? Because I don't care what he bought her. You can never pamper your significant other too
Plus,
much.
it wasn't on her Mary Kay wish list.
Right. And it says, you'd love some, would you love some help? Well, I can personalize something specifically to what she likes, anything from a couple of stocking stuffers to my favorite, the 12 Days of Christmas, blah, blah, blah. So that just kind of gives you an idea of what to say. But this is something that if you don't reach out to this now, if somebody gave me this, I would just for fun cross the word holiday out and write on your birthday. Because my birthday's in November. And a lot of you guys, if you have a October, November, December birthday, it's like, well, I don't have a holiday wish list yet, but I have a birthday wish list. You know what I'm saying? So you could really make that fun. Here's where you click for the downloading the PDF. Okay. Anybody else work with wish lists at all? Melanie, you have any tips on working with wish lists, or Lori?
Just don't lose them.
Are you speaking
know,
Take
I
a
mean,
picture of them before you do anything.
yeah. And I do know that, I mean, my husband would love to know what I want.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he's at the last minute and I'm serious, he's running around the drugstore grabbing stuff.
And I made a vital mistake my very first year. I called the husband. I had the list, and there was like 4 things that she wanted. She said, here's my husband's number. He travels a lot, so maybe text him before you call. This is about maybe 7 or 8 years ago. And I called, and you know what he said to me? Well, how much is everything on her list? And I did not have it pre-added up. And I'm looking and I'm going 70, 30, and I'm in my head. And of course, then you're nervous and then I can't add. And I go, I am so sorry. Can you hold on a quick second? And I thought, I will never do that again. Never. So the first thing I do when I get Melanie's list is I add up everything on her list. And the first thing the dude will ask every time is, well, how much is everything on her list? And I said, well, she has 9 things on here and everything totals 280. Some could be in her stocking, some could be on her pillow, some could be under the tree. And I said, I don't know, do you need to score any points romantically this year by any chance? Because I literally will say it that way. And he'll say, well, why? And I said, well, I have the most romantic thing you can do. It's called the 12 Days of Christmas. I wrap everything in one of her favorite colors. I deliver it to you. And starting December 13th, you put a gift on her pillow, on the kitchen table, wherever. And she gets to open a gift every day. And he goes, I said, by the 3rd day, honestly, she'll be so excited she won't know what to do with herself. And he goes, I want to do that. Like, I can't tell you how many of the men, they have no clue how it's going to come, but she gets so excited. And I sometimes will tuck in like coffee or tea or, fun, like I'll get Hershey's Kisses and put it in with the satin lips for chocolate kisses and, do some fun stuff. But every single time I've delivered a 12 Days of Christmas, the wife is beside herself thrilled. So if you have any of the 12 Days of Faves and you've saved any of the boxes, you can use that for the 12 Days of Christmas. You can also get the nesting boxes on Amazon that all nest within inside each other.
Or anywhere. It doesn't have to be
No,
Amazon.
it does not have to be Amazon. Anywhere you can get nesting boxes is great. Or any boxes. You could even do some of these, different sizes, different shapes. The 3x3 that are half the size were sold out. So I only got this because I knew it would fit the Mint Bliss. So Melanie or Lori, any other comments on wish list or carrying your baby basket around?
Diane, I'm
Yes.
home now.
Okay, great, Janine. Do you want to turn your camera on and just show us his basket? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, is the wish list on boards? It is not on boards, but I can put it on boards, Julie. It is right now on Emily Schute's link, which I will share with you. Hello,
All
Janine.
right.
Thank you for
Hi.
jumping in so quickly.
There we go. Come on, turn around. It's not turning around.
Just trying to get her camera
There we
There we
go.
go.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, nice.
Oh my goodness.
So cute.
So I
Darling.
did the mint bliss with Halloween socks,
So
Oh.
cute.
the hand soap with Halloween towels.
Wait, what are those? Are they in cups? What are those?
Yeah, the mint bliss is in Halloween
Oh,
cups with
cups.
Halloween socks.
Oh, that's so
Where
cute.
did you get the cups, Janine?
Dollar Tree.
Okay.
Cute.
And then I wrapped the micellar water and eye makeup remover with purple
Oh,
yeah.
nice. You blinged them out
and a
like
black headband.
Mm.
And all
Very
the
cool.
all the mummies and the
The little ghosty wrap. I love that.
Mummies.
yeah the
Oh
mummies.
my God. Wait, go back. What is that? What is that really cute thing,
Eyes
Janine?
on it.
The
What is that? Oh, sheet face
hydrogel
mask. Where'd you get
sheet
that?
mask on. It's from her.
Oh,
The
it's from, okay, it's from Court of Achievers.
Court of Achievers. Yeah. So
Good.
yeah, here's the soaps with the Halloween
So you
towels.
took this to bowling,
Yeah.
and what was the response?
Oh, everybody was like, "Oh, what's that?" No one bought anything, but they liked it.
Okay.
And then the satin hands with the
Have you thought about
Yeah.
taking it to work?
yeah. I brought it to her. There's only 5 of us there, so
Yeah,
Kinda
but if
hard
everybody
for work.
needs like one little surprise gift for a granddaughter or daughter or
yeah, or a girlfriend. Yeah, I
yeah.
told the guys they're gonna last minute guys. So, but that's it.
Super cute. I love your basket. It's all black when there's a black bow on the top.
Yeah, a plaid bow, and
Oh,
it's just a tablecloth that I cut up and wrapped my red basket.
that's a red basket that you wrapped in all that Halloween stuff.
Yeah, it's just a tablecloth.
Wow, that
See?
looks amazing.
Underneath is the red basket.
Wow. That literally looks amazing. All right, so while we're wrapping things up, I want to do a quick 10-minute recap. So last week we talked about selling to businesses. So the challenge, the 24-hour challenge, was to make a list of 10 businesses that you know them, whether it be a friend who owns a place or works at a place, and start that list. So I took the challenge seriously personally, and I thought I literally grabbed my receipts. So I do most of my customers' receipts on the app, but I still have all of these from the last 2 months that are paper receipts. And I went through and I said, okay, Melody, girl's name is Melody. She's a veterinarian. So I wrote down Melody, veterinarian. And then I wrote down Salwa, care home. And then I wrote down Habib, restaurant. And then I wrote down Dave, my CPA. And I literally went down and I actually came up with 14, like pretty quick, just going, who have I written a check to? And people that I know. It's like, okay, so one of my customers is the principal of a school. So I wrote her name down. I have 2 other customers that I know are teachers. I don't know where they teach. But again, I wrote their names down. I put down teacher because they may want to buy something for any volunteers in their classroom, but most importantly, colleagues or for the principal to give them something. So I just decided I just start at the top of the list. So I reached out to Melody and I said to her, hey, I said, what are you doing for gifts for your staff? And she goes, you know what, Don, I'm so overwhelmed because my husband's health is bad and I don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't even thought about it. And I said, well, how many people do you have? She said, well, between the receptionist and the vet tech, she goes, I have 5 employees. I said, okay, don't do any. So this is literally what I said to her. This is pretty bold. I said, don't do any holiday shopping for them. I will take care of everything for you. I will wrap everything for free. I will throw in a gift certificate and a free spa session for each person at absolutely no cost to you. I said, I can tell now is not a good time to talk to you because she sounded really frazzled. And I said, all I need to know is male or female and what your budget is. I said, it can be something as inexpensive as 15 all the way up to 250, depending on what you want to spend and who it's for. And I said, I will, and she goes, Dine, that would be amazing. I said, I can even send you some pictures of some custom boxes I have done. And so when I did those custom boxes last year for the restaurant, in the section 2 box. So I started with that one. She says, great, I'm all in. I said, now your husband isn't now a new care home. She said, yes. I said, have you thought about getting anything for his caregivers? And she goes, oh, I didn't even think about that. I need 2 more things. I said, okay. So I'm taking notes on her sheet about what she's going to need for the vet hospital and what she's going to need for the husband's caregiver. Then I called Salwa and I said, what do you need for the care home? She goes, we have 4 full-time nurses aides or whatever you want to call them, CNAs. She goes, we have 4 full-time ones. She goes, but I don't have much budget. I said, what is not much budget? She goes, I can only probably do 25. I said, I've got you covered. So you could even do like hand cream and mint bliss and give them a tiny discount. You know what I mean? Like she's a friend or she's a colleague or whatever. So, but the point of it is though, is that so one person says, I need 8 gifts. The next person says, I need 4 gifts. So you guys do the math on some of these. If someone needs 8 gifts and the average gift is $40, right? That's $320 sale. If the next person says, well, I need 4 gifts at $25 each, there's another $100 sale. And keep in mind, with every one of those is going to be a potential new client because you're going to put a gift certificate in there. So I want to challenge all of you guys. Did any of you make that list? Did you make the list of that minimum of 10 businesses? Now, if you guys know a realtor usually needs lots of gifts, especially lower price point. So I know 3 top realtors in the area that have all helped me either buy or sell homes. And I'm reaching out to them to say, what do you need for your staff? But what do you need for the people who jump through hoops, who do your inspections all year long? They have roofing inspectors, they have stagers, they have insurance people, mortgage people that they say, I need this to close in 24 hours. What can you do for me? And these people literally jump through hoops for them, especially with the real estate market being kind of crazy. I would make a list of everyone you know who sells real estate. Everyone you know who is in the mortgage industry, you know what they want to do is they want to give a small gift to all the realtors that are throwing them business. Who you know who does insurance because they're going to want to give. And what I do is I say, do you have anyone you need to get an appreciation gift for? Doesn't have to be in a Christmas gift, an appreciation gift. So I just want to challenge you guys to not bypass the businesses because I really believe that businesses could be your future. Now, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is, so how do you market this adoptive grandparent or chemo care packages? First of all, if you're local in the Bay Area, I'd love your help. If you're not local to me and you want to do this where you live, we can find a low income Medi-Cal facility in Watsonville or in Sacramento or wherever you all live. Okay. And I can walk you through how to do that. If you want to give to the ones that we do, I'd love your help with that because I've committed to the whole 540. And so we're going to make it work. So you might be thinking, okay, Don, how am I going to do this? If I commit to doing 50, do I call Janine, my neighbor, and go, hi, Janine, can you sponsor one grandparent? She said, sure, and gives me 33 bucks. Then I call Julie. Julie, can you spot? Like, I don't have time, honestly, to call 50 people to have them buy one. I mean, I appreciate that support. Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm wondering, you guys are in the opportunity where you might meet with a client. You might be at a chamber event. You might be at a networking event and you say, do you by chance work for a company or know of a company that likes to give back locally during the holiday season? Could be Rotary, Kiwanis, what's the other one I'm forgetting? Rotary, Kiwanis,
Lions.
I'm blanking.
Lions.
Anyway, huh?
Lions,
Lions.
Lions Club or any of the chambers, anything
Elks.
like that.
The
Elks.
Elks.
Yeah, and say to them, I would love, and you could say a lot of businesses are
Seroptimus.
yes, Optimus. You can say a lot of businesses are doing 10, and if that's in your budget, that would be amazing. That would be $330. Because I had an attorney last year. She just passed the bar, and we knew each other years ago, and I hadn't seen her in years. She was dying. She goes, I'd like to adopt 20. And I'm thinking in my head, my first thought was, and this is limited thinking, and I'm embarrassed to admit this, but my thought was, she doesn't know how much money that is. She doesn't realize they're 30, because last year they were 30. And I'll take 20. And I'm thinking, she doesn't understand how much that is. I said, you realize they're $30 a gift? She goes, I know. And I went like, okay. And then because she's an attorney, I said, well, let me put your card on. She goes, I don't need my card on. She goes, I lost both my grandparents this year. I just want to give back. And I said, let me put your card on them anyway. You never know who might need an attorney. Like, doesn't hurt, right? It's a business card. But I'm just saying, you guys, if you had 3 businesses that all did 10, that's 30 at $33 a piece. What is that? One of you do the math. What's 30 times 33? Is that $990?
Mhm.
I think so. So that's almost $1,000. You have three businesses that do 10 each. Three businesses say they can do 10. That's $990. I don't know about you all, but I think I'd have a little happy dance in my office. So you're looking for people that are philanthropic. If you can do a presentation in front of a BNI group or a Rotary Club or a Kiwanis Club or something like that, and let them know what you're doing and say, this is near and dear to our heart, and let them know that this isn't new. Say, our group has been doing this for 20 years. This is our 20th year, and this is low income Medi-Cal nursing homes. Now, let's say, Debbie, you're not super close to me, but you're not that far. So let's say Debbie says, well, I want to contribute to yours, Diane. Take the letter that we posted. It's on boards, it's on Facebook. Take that letter and it tells you about the whole story. The bottom of it's blank, so you can write your own name on there before you make copies. I literally carry, you guys are going to laugh at me, but I literally carry with me. Well, let me grab this. I just ran off for this week. I ran off a ton of the receipts because they can tax deduct it if they want to. Any donation under 250, they don't need a tax ID number. And then I ran off over 50 black and white letters. This is going in every reorder bag. Everywhere I go, I'm handing these out. It's got my contact info down here, Diane Covington, my name and number. It tells me, and I said, it would mean the world to me if you could help. And so if they say, well, how much is it? Say, well, three are $99. Because honestly, again, if I have 20 people do three, that's 60. You guys get what I'm thinking? And if people say, I can't do that much, they'll tell you. They'll say, oh, I really can't do that much, but I'm happy to do one. And that's good too. Now, if you have an in at a school, and this is the last idea I'm going to share with you. So let's say Lisa's got a kid that's in 6th grade. Okay, you go to the teacher and you present to the teacher and say, I would love for your classroom to adopt a senior and make a card. Now, let's just say there's 25 kids or 30 kids in the class. You could say to the teacher, let's say the teacher's name is Susie. You could say to the teacher, Susie, every kid could go home and do a chore for $1, and you as a classroom could adopt one. But since these kids are 6th grade, do you think they could go home and do a $5 chore? Like, not say to my parents, I need $5. It's like, no, what chore can I do tonight for $5? We're adopting a senior. That means every 6 kids is basically a senior gift, right? At $5 each, that's $30. It's close enough. Do you see what I'm saying? So for every 6 kids, they make a card to put on that gift. So if there's 30 kids in the class, they could technically adopt 5 seniors in one classroom. Let's say it's the 2nd grade though, and they only want to do a dollar chore, which is totally fine. They would adopt a senior, but then there's another 2nd grade class. They'll adopt one. So if you could get every class in the school to adopt one, if they've got 2 first grades, 2 second grades, 2 third grades, 2 fourth grades, that's 2, 4, 6, 8. It could be 10 or 12 seniors. And guess what's going to happen? The teachers are going to go, this is really great. I didn't know Mary Kay did this. How does the opportunity work? Do you make money in Mary Kay? Like, it's not surprising that you end up saying, oh my gosh, we even do fundraisers. Do you ever want money for your classroom? They're going, what? You can do a fundraiser? Because they have no idea. So getting the classes, it is a teeny bit of legwork when you first get in the first year. And after that, it's like autopilot. So I'm sitting here looking at, I don't have any little kids. So I'm reaching out to my future son and daughter-in-law and saying, what daycare do your kids go to? I'm going to go talk to the daycare. Now, those are little kids, but the principal, who's a very good customer of mine, she's at the elementary school in Benicia, the only elementary school. So I'm going to go talk to her and say, what would it take to get all the classrooms to do this? How cool would that be? Does that make sense? And if you've got high school kids, they all need community service hours. If they go home and say, Mom, I need to do a chore, I need to do $33 worth of chores because I want to adopt a grandparent. I think they can count those chores as community service time, especially if she has them like, go clean all the rake all the leaves in the street for all the neighbors, or go mow all the neighbors' lawns, I'll pay you. Do you see what I'm saying? They can use that. And if you've got seniors or kids in high school, have them help you assemble the gifts. They get community service hours for those too. So adopt a grandparent, you guys, can be a great resource for you to generate more sales. And I would start asking now. And I always tell them, so basically the way the math works out, for every 3 you sell, you get to buy the 4th. And so at the 4th one, so when I sell 100, I basically am donating 120, or I'm giving 125. Those last 25, I tax write those off because that's coming 100% out of my money. Make sense? All right. So does anybody have any questions on adopted grandparent? Lori, thank you for showing your holiday baby. I thought it looked beautiful. By next week, I will have a few things wrapped like with tea towels and stuff. I went to TJ Maxx. I can't believe everything's Christmas already. I'm like, where's all your harvest stuff? And she goes, oh, most of it's gone. I'm like, okay, well, apparently you got to go in August or something. But I love asking people. I said, oh my gosh, I'm turning into a foodie. Are you cooking Thanksgiving? And they go, no, I'm not. And I go, oh, who's cooking? Oh, my mother-in-law. And I go, I go, what are you taking her for a gift? So I make it kind of like instead of saying, well, I have a whole bunch of gifts here, I kind of go, well, what are you taking her as a gift? A lot of people don't want wine. Lord knows we don't need more cookies and candy. And they said, well, why? What do you have? Now, if you guys got them, the $10 hand soaps, I'm so bummed these sold out, but these are what I love putting in a towel gathered around and at the top. Almost looks like a wine bottle. Almost looks like a wine bottle, but it's not. It's just a tea towel with this, and I sell them for 15. This is 10. I spent about $3.54 on a tea towel. So I'll have these wrapped up cute and ready next time. But you guys wrap them up cute, and if you've got these in your inventory, you're not going to have them for long. They're going to all be gone.
Are we?
Yep, we're done. Go ahead, Mel.
I want to say something because I don't know if y'all noticed, but today Amazon Day started today, and people are starting to shop for holidays. And
oh, Melanie, thank you for remembering that.
Yeah, so if you have, if you're going to have a pink weekend sale, if you are planning to do a boutique, if you are planning to do trunk shows and drive around to your customers, you need to let them know now so that they will be prepared and save some money for your event. And so I would say, if this is a good time to send out text messages, just with a cute little graphic that says, hey, don't forget Pink Weekend is coming. Yeah, save the date. Pink Weekend is coming. Or my holiday boutique is coming. Or, I am doing, Santa sleigh trunk shows. I'll come to you between these dates. But, this is the time where you want to start letting them know that that's happening.
Oh, and Melanie, thank you for that.
Where again is the flyer for the Tuesday?
That's what I'm gonna go to boards right now. But Melanie, thank you, because that was one of the things I was supposed to train on tonight, was to talk about like letting people know. So you can have a holiday boutique in your brain and you can think you're gonna do all this stuff, but if they don't know, because we all do that, the night before Janice has Lance speak, we're all like, oh, who can I invite for tomorrow night? And we're inviting like crazy. But if we invited 3 weeks before, we'd have 10 people on. Yeah. So we've got to be better about getting the word out. So if you guys, I'm assuming you're doing a promotion for the week of after Thanksgiving. We call it Pink Weekend, in case you're new in Mary Kay and you don't know what that is. Pink Weekend is that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, right after Thanksgiving. If you're doing a holiday boutique, if you've got a really small customer base, maybe you don't want to do a holiday boutique at your house, but you could decorate the trunk of your car and do like something like, you could just call yourself like Santa on Wheels or the holiday sleigh. I'm going to be in your area on Friday. So I will literally drive over the bridge and call my customers out in East County, Brentwood, Antioch, Discovery Bay, and I will make 5 or 6 appointments and see all them in a day and just pop in. I'd love to pop into an office. Okay, so let's go really quick over this stuff. Some of these are announcements. So here's the flyer for Sacramento. So there's the 9th and the 15th. Here's the address. We can't have people just show up. They literally need to RSVP, but that's what we're doing in Sacramento. Of course, here's the calendar for the whole month of all the things going on. But I forgot a really important thing to add on to there. Oh, everybody who does 300 wholesale by the 15th, 300 and by the 15th is invited to be, and Lorana Daigle is one of my favorite. I know Lori and Melanie love her as well. She's one of my all-time favorite trainers. She is going to do a phenomenal job talking about different ways to grow your business. And that's everybody who does 300 by the 15th gets to, oops, it's not what I meant to do. Sorry, gets to go to that. And then we have, oh, we should show these. So we've got 2 different sheets of phase outs. These are products that are being phased out. And then the company just announced, because I want you guys to know this stuff. Here are the other phase outs, all the liquid shadows. I know we're not supposed to really show this yet, but I want you guys to know. 4 lipsticks are leaving, 4 glosses, the waterproof mascara, because it's being replaced by a different waterproof mascara that'll be launched later. True Original, I was surprised, but that's going. The Clear Proof, only the mini set is going, not the Clear Proof, just the mini. These are both already sold out. And then on section 2, it's the samples, the lip gloss, all lip gloss samples. If you want lip gloss samples, get them now. And then the microdermabrasion mini is going to be gone. So we have those. Many of you are on target to earn this. All of you who did 600 last month qualified for this halfway. As soon as you do your 600 in October, you will get that. And it's big. Janice was telling me how big it is. It looks super cute. If you go here to, okay, where is October? Where is Kathy's October folder? That's weird because she told me it was all on here. Maybe she put it up here at the top. So this is the holiday selling workshop. Some of you were saying, where is Emily Schute's info? If you click on this and you click on this, it'll take you to all of Emily Schute's stuff. Okay, so I apologize. I don't know where the other flyer is, so I will have to pull that, but I can go onto Facebook. Give me 1 second to show this super quick.
Diane, I saw an October folder way at the bottom.
Huh?
I saw an October folder way at the bottom of
Way at the bottom. Okay.
folders.
Okay, so you guys, this is the contest. So we took Janice's contest and we added more prizes. So this is how you get entries with a 600 wholesale order. You get an entry. Adding a Great Start qualified team member, you get an entry. For every additional team member and every additional 600, you get 5 extra entries. 15 people are going to get cash. 5 people are going to get Mary Kay sunglasses from Germany. 5 will get Michael Kors bags. 10 will get the face purses. And then in our unit, we're going to have 3 additional prizes just from our unit because this is our Janice's area. These are going to be just from our unit. And I know Lori and Melanie are doing the same thing. And then here's some of the goals that we're working on. This is the one thing I wanted to promote to you guys. So last year we did this and it was a massive hit. So this is the Holiday Wonderland. I will have everything wrapped and ready. This is going to be the last Tuesday of this month. In lieu of our meeting, I want you guys to invite the entire, like your entire neighborhood, like everybody you know. If you have more than 3 guests on, you get a gift from me. We will have guest drawings, but I'm going to share like top 3 gifts for teens, top 3 gifts for men, top 3 gifts for your fashionista girlfriend who loves glitz and glamour. Then what are the top 3 gifts for your minimalist girlfriend who's like, I don't wear makeup. What do you get her? So it's going to be great, fast paced. It'll only be 30 minutes. So really, really heavily promote this. Okay, you can literally send this out and ask people, give them, maybe mail them a wish list, like literally physically in the mail. Say, I'm going to count on you because it's not till October 28th. So you could physically mail them a wish list and write on there, can't wait to see you on Zoom Tuesday, October 28th. And physically mail them a wish list in a cute envelope. You go down to the Dollar Tree and find stuff like that. Okay. And then this is what's going on this week. Janice is doing this. This is going to be really fun. She's going to talk tomorrow night about all the beauty products and serums you need. Like what does vitamin C serum do? Eye cream, everything that you need and what's in the products that makes it special. So she'll talk about eye makeup remover, vitamin C, satin lips, eye cream, all of these products. But she's going to talk about the top 10 from the company. It'll be super fun. And she's giving away $400 in gifts. I know last month, I think Lisa Yang had a customer on, a couple of customers. One of them won something. So you guys get customers on. It's also translated into Spanish. And then Thursday, Tina Franz is a top director. I honestly don't know her very well. She's young, she's beautiful. I think she's earned 2 top director trips. She's going to share her story. So if you've got somebody who wants to make some holiday money, or maybe they're curious, definitely get them on. They will be inspired. And I'll tell you guys, if you don't have a booking, it is the best mental. It's just great to expose yourself to people who think outside the box. So this is, even if all you do is log on to hear her story, which is usually 20 minutes, and log off if you don't have a guest on. But I would not miss one of these because I think this is going to be key. Of course, Paul, Lisa, and I will be up in Sacramento doing a million faces. But anyway, so those are what's going on for the weeks. I just want to make sure you guys know that those events are available to you. And then the following week, all the rest of the events are loaded, all the other events are in the folder. Okay. So for your challenge, you guys I have all these prizes I'm dying to mail out. So you guys, what I need is by tomorrow noon, I need you to mail me a list. Just take a picture, screenshot or picture of it and send it to me of the first 10 businesses you're going to contact. So it could be John at Farmers Insurance. It could be Evelyn. She's a dentist. Could be Sally, law office, like whatever. I need a picture of the 10 people you're going to start reaching out to immediately because businesses right now are looking for a couple things. Buying in bundles, convenience. They want to know that you're going to wrap and include wrap in the price. You can just say, oh my gosh, well, these are all going to come like this, and these adorable boxes, and these are 15. And they'll go, okay, great, I'll take 6. Because you can't say, well, it's 12, but it's $3 more for wrapping. That doesn't work. Figure out what the total is out the door, especially if you're dealing with men. All right. All right, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I can't wait to get a picture of all your 10 businesses or more. If you can come up with more, come up with 20, 30, 40. All right.